The Mandalorian Season 3 is just 24 days away and the updates keep rolling in. In my last video, I covered that Ludwig Göransson will not be composing the majority of Season 3, but rather Joseph Shirley, who composed for the Book of Boba Fett, is taking on scoring duties. We also had a range of posters and images, and today guys, we've got some really big character news. Back in 2021 near the end of the year, Sasha Banks revealed that she would not feature in The Mandalorian's third season. She said she was grateful for her time on the show and expressed how exciting the whole thing was. But many fans pointed out that back in 2020, after Chapter 11 aired, she claimed she was in no more episodes, but of course, she was. So some fans think she was just playing coy and assumed it could be a big surprise when she did appear. Well, it seems as though that might be the case, because some brand new merch designs for The Mandalorian's third season have the helmet of Koska Reeves on them, her character. Now, while you might say this is not necessarily confirmation in and of itself, it does seem to indicate her involvement in some way. I just don't see why they'd include a helmet for no reason, unless of course this is a different Night Owl. Koska's helmet is included with the others from the show, Paz Vizsla, Bo-Katan, the Armourer and Din, and in the case of this one, at the centre we have Grogu. Now this is excellent news, and it complements a Bespin Bulletin report from last year. On-set footage showed Bo-Katan fighting Simon Kassianides' Axe Woves, and they also reported they believe Sasha Banks was on set too, although they couldn't get confirmation of this. Koska was awesome in Season 2, she brought such a cool dynamic to Bo's crew, and if it's true she's coming back for Season 3, that would make a lot of fans very happy indeed. But we've got to wonder, when it comes to the behind-the-scenes footage, why would Bo-Katan turn on her own Mandos, unless they were practicing a sequence where there's going to be a different enemy, but I don't think so. Now that we're closer than ever to Season 3, this footage brings up the question of Bo's true motives. Maybe the other Night Owls think she's gone too far, and maybe she gives them a reason to turn against her. What if she betrays them? I guess we'll find out next month. Now, Bo-Katan in many ways is torn between acquisition of personal power and the Darksaber and doing what is right for Mandalore and the remaining clans. I'm starting to think her goals are gonna come across as selfish, and that's gonna shine through in Season 3, and this could very easily lead to a fallout with the other Night Owls. But here's the thing, they do see her as a good leader, in so much as her getting the Darksaber is in the name of the greater good of Mandalore. But if she's gonna be selfish and antagonistic, her methods might become too radical for them. But I would love it if we got more scenes with Bo-Katan, Koska Reeves and Axe Woves taking care of business in the most badass way, storming down hallways, kicking stormtrooper ass. But what do you guys think? Would you like to see more Koska Reeves in Season 3? Share your thoughts in the comments down below. And so now guys, we're going to be talking about Captain Rex. Because a popular fan theory has been shot down, the question of Rex's involvement in the Battle of Endor has been a subject of fan debate ever since Star Wars Rebels Season 4, and fans do love this one. Let's dive into it. In Return of the Jedi during the Battle of Endor, there was a character called Nick Sant, a rebel with a majestic white beard. At the end of Star Wars Rebels Season 4, we have confirmation that Captain Rex was at the Battle of Endor as well, and given the similarity in white beards, many fans assumed the rebel from Episode 6, Nick Sant, is actually Captain Rex, and because Dave Filoni endorsed this theory himself, many fans went along with it. It became the headcanon, myself included by the way. Dave Filoni told Film, "I really do think that Rex is that guy on Endor," but in a later interview with IGN, he made it a bit more ambiguous. He noted, if fans want to believe Nick Sant is Rex, they're perfectly welcome to do so, suggesting in canon they're not the same, and today there's even more evidence the two characters are distinct. A new 6-inch scale Star Wars figure from Hasbro's Black Series has unveiled an Endor trooper, Nick Sant. This figure comes with swappable faceplates, so it can represent more than one squad member, and it does not bear any resemblance to Captain Rex or Tamar Morrison generally. Instead, they went with the likeness of El Burner, the actor who we know very little about, who played Nick Sant in Return of the Jedi. But you know what guys, it's fine if you believe that Nick Sant and Rex are the same person. Who's it harming? They were both at the Battle of Endor, and Star Wars is meant to be fun. Fan theories, headcanons, all of these things give momentum to the franchise, because for many years, before the prequels and even the sequels, theories and speculation kept fan discussions alive, so they are very important. So if you want to believe this one, that's fine. It's not canon, but it doesn't harm anyone if you think it is. And so now, you might remember that in yesterday's video, I mentioned the Acolyte has the potential to be another Andor, a surprisingly amazing show that very few fans saw coming. Well, today, there might be some substance to that, because The Hollywood Reporter revealed that Charmaine de Gratte is writing and co-producing on the Acolyte. She is probably best known for co-executive producing on House of the Dragon, and now that she's working on Star Wars, fans have been sharing their excitement in recognition of Charmaine's talents. The news of her involvement in the Acolyte came in a report about Colin Trevorrow teaming up with de Gratte for a feature that's titled Atlantis, and de Gratte will be doing the screenplay. Her work on House of the Dragon is very well praised, and so this is amazing news for the upcoming High Republic show by Leslie Headland. In other news, Liam Neeson is done playing Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars. That's right guys, bad news for Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, if it ever happens. He doesn't want to return as the Jedi Master. Not as a Force ghost, not as a flashback, he says he's done. Now he said something similar in the past, so it is a bit shaky, especially considering we don't know if there's going to be a Kenobi Season 2 yet, because if they do announce one, he might change his mind. The Irish actor responded to several questions from fans in a video for Men's Health, with one fan asking if Qui-Gon is going to be back for a spin-off to the Kenobi show. Neeson was not ambiguous, he gave a firm no, and suggested he was burnt out by the massive quantity of Star Wars media. He said, quote, "No, Star Wars, no. As much as I admire them, there's just way too many of them now, so I've lost track unfortunately." His most recent appearance was in the 2022 animated series Tales of the Jedi. Both he and his son voiced Qui-Gon. So it looks as though we've seen the last of Qui-Gon Jinn. It's not the end of the world. I know a lot of fans don't want a second season of Kenobi. Liam's performance in The Phantom Menace will forever be iconic, so I don't think he needs to return, and it doesn't sound like he wants to. And so finally guys, Jedi Survivor will feature both fast travel and rideable creatures. This is an answer to fan requests. The other day, Jedi Survivor was pushed back to April the 28th for fixes and bugs, and as revealed in an upcoming issue of Play magazine, which is due to release on February the 7th, Stig Agmarsson, the director of Jedi Survivor, said the game will feature fast travel as well as mounts to get across the game's world and various planets. And that to many fans was amazing news. He said, quote, "That's got to be good news for those wanting to take BD1 and Cal on a tour of the Star Wars Jedi Survivor map." The game is said to be one of the most expansive, toughest challenges that Respawn ever faced with Lucasfilm games. This one is going to be amazing. And you know what? The delay is understandable. But share your thoughts on this and everything we spoke about in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always. Ahsoka stepped towards him and placed a hand on his shoulder. Grogu misses you a great deal. But if he sees you, it will only make things more difficult for him. Slowly, the Mandalorian reached out and gave her the bundle. Just make sure he's protected.